Good morning, you guys. We made it to the airport. We made it through security, and now we're just waiting. It's about 9:15, and we board at 9:30. The flight goes off at 10. So the boys are just having a snack here. You're not allowed to eat or drink on the plane, so we're just gonna make sure that they're fed. We should get in around lunchtime, so.
Yes, so the flight's about 2 hours, 45 minutes. It says we should land by 12:45. Yeah, bag check was busier than we expected. We waited probably like a half hour, and we only got here 90 minutes before the flight. We kind of gambled a little bit because we didn't want the boys to be too idle and restless waiting for the plane. But then security, we breezed right through. There was like a ton of ports open. We had our own, pretty much our own bay to ourselves, so we didn't feel rushed. We took our time, made sure the boys were situated. We took our shoes off, put them all in bins, did all that fun stuff. So now we're just waiting. So hopefully get some footage on the plane, see how the boys are. This is Grayson's first time on the plane, so I think they're excited. And when we get to Disney, we'll tell you guys what we're doing next.
To further protect your safety, both flight attendants and customers are wearing a protective covering on all United flights. In the event oxygen is needed on today's flight, remove face covering before putting on your...
We're about to take off. You ready?
No.
Orlando. The local time is 12:12 p.m. You may continue to use and charge your phones and small devices.
What do you think? What do you think of the car? Hello, you guys. We just landed a little bit ago at 12:20. It took us about 2 hours and 20 minutes. It wasn't terrible. I am not the biggest fan of flying. Maddox did really well. Grayson did okay for his age, but it was expected. We just picked up our luggage and grabbed our stroller. We rented a stroller. It's the same stroller we use, the City Mini, but double. And I really like it a lot. We usually take the Magical Express bus, but this time we decided to rent a car to make it easy. That way we have our car seat. We brought our car seat with us. So what is this car that we rented?
A Nissan Pathfinder.
Do they only come in SUVs, or can you get other cars?
You can get anything, but we picked an SUV because that's what we're used to driving. We wanted enough room for the luggage. We're gonna go grocery shopping.
Yeah, so our first day is just gonna be relaxed. We're gonna go grocery shopping. If anything, I think we might go to the pool. We'll see. It is now 2 o'clock, so we will check up with you a little later.
I see the castle.
Look, Maddox, Grayson.
Grayson, Walt
Where
Disney
dreams
World.
come true. Where dreams come true.
Finally.
Here we come.
Mine's on my side.
This is where we're staying
Forever. Look,
for the
Mommy.
week.
Look, Mommy.
Pop Century.
Right there. Look, Mommy. No.
Who's excited?
Me! 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 Me!
We just pulled. Okay. We just pulled up to Pop Century.
No.
We've never stayed here before. The boys have never stayed here before. Matt's never stayed here before. I have never stayed here before. So I'm excited.
Hey guys, it's about 5:15 on our arrival day. It's been a long day, but I feel like at this point, at 5:15, the vacation has finally started. We rented a car for the first time. We usually do Disney Magical Express. We wanted to be able to have the ability to go off property if we wanted to. Otherwise, we usually always depend on Disney transportation. I heard the bus systems are running well, even with the pandemic and the social distancing. But just having a rental this time makes it a much bigger relief. If I feel like the buses are running too slow and we're missing out on too much, then we can just drive ourselves to the park. This time we're staying at Pop Century Resort. We haven't stayed here yet. We usually stay at the value resorts. I know they're not as nice as some of the more expensive resorts, but I just feel kind of foolish spending a lot of money. I think it was like an extra $2,500 if we wanted to stay at Yacht and Beach Club. And I just couldn't stomach that, saying that we're going to be spending most of our time at the parks. So kind of silly to spend another $2,000 if we're not really being at the resort much. But so far, it's pretty desolate. I've never seen a Disney resort this quiet. I gotta say, it's pretty awesome so far. So I'm gonna take a quick tour around the grounds with you guys, show you what it looks like. It's about dinner time, so I feel like most people should be leaving the parks or back at the resort by now. So let's take a look. All right, guys, as you can see, this is Pop Century. This is the main pool here, and a decent amount of people in the pool. Busier than it was when we got here at the hotel around 3 o'clock. But I must say, I'm impressed with the theming. When I saw other videos on it, I didn't really like how it looked, to be completely honest, but in person it's pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. So that's how it looks right now. And let me take a look. I'm gonna go around, check out the lobby, show you guys around, and some other places, see where the bus is at, because I honestly don't even know where the bus is at here. So let's take a look. Actually staying in the 60s building at Pop Century. We had a preferred room. So 60s is right on the main pool area. We're on the back side of the building, so a little quieter, which I prefer, but it's right close to the pool, the main pool, the lobby, the bus stop, the food court, all the necessities, and where we parked the rental. There's a parking lot right behind us. But you guys gotta check out this view. Let me flip the camera around. As you can see in the distance, the Skyliner is running. The boys are super excited about that. They've never seen anything like that. But look at this view. Can't beat it. I wanted to take a shot of this because it's a giant Play-Doh in between the 50s and 60s area, which it's kind of ironic because our son Grayson loves playing with Play-Doh. So what are the odds? I didn't even know this was here. But he was pretty excited when he saw it. But it's pretty neat. I'll show you guys from the other side too. And this is the giant Play-Doh from the other side. Like I said, pretty neat theming all throughout. If you check out over here, there's another small pool. Yeah, it looks like it's perfect just for kids, probably about ankle or shin deep. Some parents hanging out in there as well. Nice little area. I think that'll be perfect for Grayson. As you know, or may know, everywhere on Disney property you must be wearing a mask. I elected to wear the medical mask. I think it's the most comfortable. It's obviously not the most stylish, but when I first started wearing them early on in the pandemic, I noticed that they made me itch. I was constantly adjusting it and fixing it and moving my nose. But now that I'm so used to wearing it, it kind of just fits nicely on my face. And it's a thin paper mask, so I feel like it keeps me safe. And in 93-degree heat, I think those fabric masks might be a little too hot. I know you can wet them underwater and keep them wet, but I think that might be more of a nuisance, but we'll see. I think Molly's gonna try doing that at the parks tomorrow. We're gonna be going to Magic Kingdom tomorrow, so we're excited. I'm gonna go right now to check out where the bus stops are, and I'm gonna ask the front desk when the buses start running in the morning. I believe Magic Kingdom opens at 9. I know usually the buses run pretty early for people that get there for extra magic hours, and since there isn't any early magic hours, I think they don't want too many people lining up too early, so I think I've heard the buses only start running like a half hour before park opening, but I want to see if the front desk tells me something different. Here we are at Classic Hall in the main lobby. I'm gonna go in through the doors. As you can see, everyone's wearing the mask, everyone's cooperating. Also, here's a big thing that I didn't know. I know in the parks you had to do mobile ordering to order your food and they text you when it's ready, but it's the same thing here at the resort at the food court. So inside, as you can see, only people going to refill their mugs and to pick up their food that they order from their phone, which actually I think is a lot better, because how many times does my wife want something in one line and I want something in another? And if she's busy with the kids, I end up having to wait in 2 lines and then pay for my food as opposed to just ordering from my phone. The only con is I guess you can't see it. Some people like to see what's being cooked. And out through the lobby, past the food court, and the first one right here is the Magic Kingdom, as you can see. It's got Magic Kingdom here. Not many people in line, a bunch just hanging out. Next up is Hollywood Studios, and after that Epcot and Animal Kingdom in Disney Springs. I know the parks are going to be busier than it is at the resort, just because Disney keeps increasing the amount of annual pass holder reservations each and every week. So it'll be busier, but seeing a Disney resort like this is insane, and I mean that in a good way. It's literally has a feeling like you have the whole place to yourself. It's very bizarre, but awesome. So I'm really excited now that we actually made the decision to get here. And right now, so far so good. Heading back to the pool area now. I want to see if I can sneak up on the little nuggets and Molly cakes. See if I can catch them in action. Knowing her, she's probably still not even at the pool yet. But hopefully they are. I'd like to surprise them. Let's see, let's take a look. Here's another view of the pool. They're doing one of my favorite things right now. They have a woman on a microphone doing some Disney trivia. A lot of the questions are usually layups, but once in a while you get a couple really good ones. And you'd be surprised by some of the answers. So it's kind of fun to swim and relax and listen to some trivia if you want.
What 3 things are needed to make the children fly? Faith, trust, and pixie dust. Excellent. Good job, guys. What movie are penguins waiters in? Mary Poppins. Excellent job, guys. Good job.
I think I spotted Molly Cakes and the boys in the little pool area. And there we see Grayson in there. This is the view behind me. Directly behind me is the little kiddie pool. And then to our left is building 4 of the 60s where we're staying, and that's the Play-Doh thing. And then to our right is building 5 of the 60s area. So as you can imagine, staying in either building, you have walking right to the pool, lobby, food court, bus stops, and then behind there, in that direction, was where I saw the water and the Skyliner. So next I'm going to check out where the Skyliner pickup and drop off is, because I actually don't know the route. Now this view is from the back side of the Pop Century Resort. Straight through those trees there is the main pool lobby area. To the left over here is building 4 where we're staying in the 60s area, the preferred rooms, and this is building 5 over here. So through the back is exactly where the Skyliner is. Skyliner pickup, drop off. There's a directory over here. I'm going to check it out and see if I can figure out how it works. Let's take a look. Looks like these are the operating hours for the Skyliner today. And if you look past through there, I believe that's the Art of Animation Resort. How convenient. Wow, I very rarely get surprised by simple things, but this is pretty sweet. I'm not a fan of heights, but I am pretty pumped to get on the Skyliner. I know Molly and the boys will be too. That's the loading and unloading area here, and there's no straight through, there's just no back, so it swings around, it looks like, and heads back out. So this is really awesome. So I just spoke to gentleman Luis, a cast member who's working the Skyliner. Found out a lot of fun, neat information. So he said it hasn't been busy since the pandemic started. When it first opened up, they'd have over 500 people between Pop Century and Art of Animation waiting in line. So from Pop Century and Art of Animation, it goes to Caribbean Beach. He said it's about a 5-minute ride. And then from Caribbean Beach, you can either continue on to Riviera Resort, to get to Epcot, or go straight to Hollywood Studios. So to Hollywood Studios, it's another 5-minute ride. All round trip to get to Epcot from here, it's 18 minutes. So I guess figure another 5 to Riviera and then another 7 or 8 to Epcot. So he said it runs pretty much rain or shine. Only time it does not run is heavy winds, which they haven't had to stop for wind yet, or if lightning touches down within 6 miles. Other than that, he said it can run. He said yes, they sanitize every 45 minutes to an hour, depending on how busy. They spray it down, let the things run through so they can dry before they reload. So they do stay open an hour and a half after park close, because people might be still in restaurants eating, they may be shopping, they may be taking pictures. So they pretty much leave it open an hour and a half later, just to make sure that everyone that wants to take that transportation back to their hotel has the means to do it. Maybe we'll try this on Saturday. We're going to Epcot. So I'm thinking, I don't want to take it to Hollywood Studios just because we may be in a rush. I really want to try to get a boarding pass for Rise of the Resistance, so I don't want any snags in getting to Hollywood Studios, but I definitely want to take it to Epcot, and maybe just one night just to take it around for fun. Now I have a chance to give you guys a quick look at the room. We unpacked already and we have stuff everywhere, so don't mind that, but I wanted to give you guys a quick peek. It is a little tight with the 4 of us. We utilize the space well. I'll show you, they have all different cubbies in different areas, so you really have to max out the space to have a lot of walking area, but I'm going to give you a look right now. So like I said, we unpacked, so it is a little messy. We apologize, but let's take a look. This is our room here. You walk in, you have these little cubbies here, which you already started utilizing. Now this thing here, actually, you pull on this, the table collapses onto itself and swings underneath and opens up into a second bed. So it's, once you have that down, there's very little room to move around, but you do that right before you're ready for bed. And then over here, you have the refrigerator, and like I said, we utilized every shelf and even above that. And you notice up there a microwave. I heard from someone last week that they were here and requested a microwave since there isn't one for communal use at the food court. So if you bring food like us, breakfast stuff, you need to warm it up. It's so convenient when you're in the room getting ready before the parks. It saves so much time. Everything else, nice TV, nice bed, plenty of outlets and USB, pretty much on each side of each bed. Little places to hang coats or anything. The safe is in here. Only 3 drawers, so the drawer areas are tight. So like I said, we hung some stuff up, as you can see here. This is walking into the bathroom. And again, more cubbies at the bottom. We put a couple pairs of shoes. Some room under the sink as well. And then here, and some more, like I said, some more shelving space. And you got your blow dryer and iron in there as well. And then as we swing through here, we got the bathroom. So this is the refurbished room, I believe. They did these a couple years ago or recently. The Disney soaps that everyone gets excited about. Nice and super clean. I love the over-the-top shower and the handheld. Those are clutch. Really enjoy that. And this is the City Mini double stroller that we rented from Kingdom Strollers for the whole week plus a day. I think after taxes, everything was just under $100. So you can't beat it. We didn't have to bring our own. We only have a single at home anyway. And we were debating whether to get 2 singles and each of us just kind of man a carriage. But we decided on the double. We think that Grayson will more likely sit in it if he's sitting next to his big brother, so maybe we can bribe Maddox into sitting most of the time, because he likes to walk too. But it's just a lot of walking, and they don't understand their little legs are going to get tired. I also would like to share some tips and tricks that me and Ma use every time we come to Disney. Things that save time, things that save money, things that just add to convenience and ease of the vacation experience. To me, when you're on vacation, every second counts. You don't want to be wasting time. If you forget something, you got to run to the store or figure out where to get it. So we try to do as much as we can, bring everything to us so that once we get here, we can pretty much enjoy everything and anything Disney and don't have to worry about wasting time doing something that we forgot about. One of our favorite things to do, we usually use Garden Grocers, which is an online grocery store delivery pickup. It's a little limited, but it's very convenient. This time with the boys, and since we had the rental car, we ended up just driving to a Publix food store and doing our own food shopping. So we got things that weren't sure if we were going to be able to get the microwave, and ended up being delivered to our room while we were at the grocery store. So we got a lot of things that don't need to be warmed up, but things like Thomas bagels and cream cheese and bananas and apples and oranges, granola bars, what else? Pop-Tarts. Snacks and breakfast foods. They can act as either or. So when we wake up, I usually go down with the Disney mugs, the refillable mugs, and get coffee for Molly and I. She usually gets the boys ready while getting herself ready. And we eat breakfast as we're getting ready in the rooms. This way, when we leave the room, we've already eaten, we've had our coffee, and we're ready to go to the parks and have fun. We don't have to stop and have something to eat or have breakfast. So that's huge, and it saves a ton of money. I think all the groceries, and we bought a decent amount, probably too much, we'll probably leave a lot of it here. It was like right around $100, and easily I would probably spend $30, $40 every morning on breakfast if I didn't do that. And pretty much we'll probably have breakfast, except for maybe one morning we'll try to get a reservation at Topolino in Riviera, because I think they're having characters, so I'm going to try to surprise Molly and the boys with that. I use Touring Plans Reservation Finder. That's awesome, so I don't have to constantly keep checking. They text me when one opens up, and you got to be quick. So that's another tip too. If you have a hard time getting a reservation, use Touring Plans Dining Reservation. That's a huge help. I'm trying to think what else. Other things, I found this at Eddie Bauer a couple of years ago. It's a backpack. Acts as a cooler. Inside is all insulated. So you can fill it with ice, put a couple waters in there, bring it down by the pool. I don't think, Disney's changed the rules. I don't think you can bring loose ice into the parks. I'll have to double check their website. But just down by the pool, or if you need extra room in your refrigerator and you have a couple of drinks that you want to keep cold for the next day, I add some ice into here, put the drinks in, go to sleep. When I wake up, they're ice cold and ready to go to the parks. So that's another thing we like to use. I know people make fun of me. I'm a big fan of the fanny pack. When you're going on a ride, you have your cell phone, your money, your ID, your cards all right here. You don't have to worry about putting it into the bag in front of you on the ride and possibly forgetting it. So yes, I look like a fool, but it's so convenient. I love having easy access. We did things a little differently. The first day, we usually fly at 7 a.m. out of Newark, get here by 9:30, take Magical Express, leave our bags with the concierge, and go straight to Magic Kingdom. But we're always so tired, and every time I say to Molly, the first day in the future, we should come and just get settled and take a little bit of a later flight so we're not waking up so early, rent a car, do some food shopping, go do the pool, kind of just settle in. And I'm so glad we did that this time. Yes, we lose a day, but in the grand scheme of things, we can start fresh tomorrow and not have to worry about everything. We're fully unpacked, we're going to get to bed nice and early, and we'll get a good night's sleep, so that shouldn't be an issue either. So I do recommend that too. If you have the luxury of having a longer vacation, try to spend the first day getting situated so you're not just run down, because it's a lot of walking, especially in the heat this time of year. It takes a lot out of you, and you just don't want to be tired the second day starting over. So I kind of like this. We'll be probably utilizing this in the future. Alright guys, that sums it up for today. I'm going to go head down by the pool, see Molly and the boys, try to have some fun. We'll get some dinner, and we'll try to head to bed early. Don't forget, if you like what you saw, hit the notification button, the bell, the like, the follow, I don't know, whatever anything else is, but try to do all that stuff for my wife. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye-bye.